I swear to God, people can't take a joke anymore. Like, literally, we're living in this insane world where you can't say anything, not a single thing, without someone turning it into a catastrophic federal case and acting like you just committed a felony. You know exactly what I mean, right? I make one comment, one single comment, and suddenly, I'm the villain of the century. I'm the bad guy. I'm the monster. Me. The person who was just being honest and trying to communicate her feelings in a relationship that had gone completely stale. All I said was that richer men kiss better. That's it. That's literally verbatim all I said. It's not like I was talking about actively cheating. It's not like I was planning to pack my bags and run off into the sunset with someone else. It's not like I had some secret affair going on behind his back. It was an observation. A casual, truthful observation. A fact, honestly, if we're being real here. Anyone who's actually lived a little, anyone who's had any experience in the dating world, knows that confidence translates to literally everything, including how a man carries himself, how he moves through space, how he touches you, how he kisses. It's just basic biology. It's psychology. It's human nature. It's not my fault that people get so incredibly offended by simple reality and basic truths about human behavior. And his boss? Okay, yes, I mentioned his boss specifically. Fine, I'll admit that. But it was one comment, one tiny, minuscule little comment that everyone is now acting like I carved into stone tablets and hung above our marriage bed like some kind of declaration of war. Everyone knows his boss is attractive. Everyone. It's not some secret. The women at his office holiday parties whisper about him when they think no one's listening. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen the way they look at him, the way they laugh a little too hard at his jokes, the way they find excuses to talk to him. I was just being honest. I was just vocalizing what literally everyone else in that office is thinking, but is too cowardly to say out loud. Since when is honesty a character flaw? But no. Apparently, honesty is a crime now. Apparently, radical transparency and authentic communication, which every therapist and relationship expert tells you is essential for a healthy marriage, is now completely off the table. You can't even make a harmless observational comment about someone without your husband completely losing his mind, going nuclear, and overreacting like I'd just stood up at a dinner party and announced I was running away to Paris with another man and taking all his money with me. The overreaction was insane. Completely, utterly insane. Before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe. And hit hype to boost this episode. Drop a comment below with your city or country. I'm always curious where viewers are joining from. I didn't deserve what happened next. I really, truly didn't. And if you're sitting there right now, on the other side of the screen, already judging me, already forming opinions about who I am and what kind of person would say something like that, you need to hear the whole story first. The entire story. Beginning to end. Because what he actually did to me in response, that was cruel. That was calculated. That was cold and methodical and borderline psychotic. That was the kind of revenge you see in psychological thrillers, not in a real marriage between two people who supposedly loved each other. That was something else entirely. So, yeah, maybe I said something I shouldn't have. Maybe my delivery could have been better. Maybe the timing was off. Maybe I should have kept that particular thought to myself and processed it with a therapist instead of blurting it out during a wine-fueled argument. But what he did in response, what he put me through, what he orchestrated with cold, calculated precision, that was absolutely, categorically, unequivocally unforgivable. And I need you to understand that before you make up your mind about who the real villain is in this story. I need you to hear everything that happened, everything he did, before you decide that I deserved any of this. Before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit hype to boost this episode. Drop a comment below with your city or country. I'm always curious where viewers are joining from. Okay, so let me back up and give you the full context, because context matters, right? We'd been arguing for like 2 solid weeks at this point, maybe 3. Little things initially, stupid petty things that shouldn't matter, but somehow do when you've been with someone for years and the shine has worn off, and you're seeing all their flaws under fluorescent lighting instead of romantic candlelight. He kept saying I was being distant and disrespectful, which is just code language for you're not worshipping me enough and you're not making me feel like the center of the universe every single second of every single day. Men are like that, you know? They need constant validation, constant praise, constant reassurance that they're wonderful and amazing and perfect. The absolute second you stop treating them like they're God's gift to humanity, they completely fall apart and act like you've committed some heinous betrayal. So we're in the kitchen on this particular night. I'm putting dishes away, because apparently I'm the only person in this house who knows how the dishwasher works, even though we've lived here for 4 years, and I've explained the system approximately 8,000 times. He's standing there with his arms crossed, leaning against the counter, doing that thing where he's trying to look all serious and wounded, like a sad puppy that's been kicked. Like he's the injured party. Like he's the one suffering in this relationship. And he says, in this tone that already has me irritated before he even finishes the sentence, "We need to talk about how you've been treating me lately." And I'm tired. I'm so incredibly exhausted from having the same circular conversation over and over and over again, like we're trapped in some kind of relationship Groundhog Day where nothing ever changes and we just keep having the same argument with slightly different words. So I sigh, a big heavy sigh that I know annoys him, but I can't help it, and I say, "What now? What is it this time?" He goes, getting that little crack in his voice that means he's trying to sound hurt and vulnerable. "You've been cold to me. You've been distant. You barely look at me anymore. When I try to kiss you goodnight, you turn your head away. When I reach for your hand, you find a reason to move. It's like you can't stand to be near me." Which, okay, fine. Maybe there's some truth to that assessment. Maybe I've been pulling away a little bit. But it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. It's not like I wake up every morning and think, how can I hurt my husband's feelings today? It's just, I don't know. Things had gotten so boring, so predictable, so mind-numbingly routine. He'd come home from work at exactly 5:47 p.m. every single day. We'd eat dinner at the same table, in the same seats we always sit in. We'd watch the same 3 television shows on the same schedule. We'd brush our teeth at the same time, and we'd go to bed. And then we'd wake up and do it all over again. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Where's the excitement in that? Where's the passion? Where's the spontaneity and romance and feeling of being alive? So I'm standing there at the sink, hands wet, dish towel in my grip, and I've had 2 glasses of wine with dinner, because it's been a long week and I deserve it. And I'm frustrated with this conversation, and frustrated with him, and frustrated with our entire boring, predictable, suffocating existence. And something inside me just breaks. I turn around and I say, probably louder than necessary, "Maybe I wouldn't be so bored if you kissed like a real man." The second it's out of my mouth, I can feel the shift in the room. It's like all the air gets sucked out. The temperature drops 10 degrees. Instant silence. Instant tension. The kind of silence that feels heavy and dangerous. He just stares at me. His mouth opens slightly, like he's going to say something, but nothing comes out. And I know, somewhere in the back of my wine-buzzed brain, I know I should stop. I know I should backtrack immediately. I know I should say, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm just frustrated. Let's talk about this calmly." That would be the smart thing to do. That would be the mature thing to do. But the wine and the frustration and the weeks of this same boring argument all mix together like gasoline and a match. And instead of stopping, instead of de-escalating, I keep going. I double down. I lean into it. I say, and I can hear my voice getting sharper, meaner. Richer men kiss better. It's a fact. Men with money have confidence. They have presence. They know what they want and they take it. Like your boss. The moment those words leave my mouth, I know it's bad. I know I've crossed a line. There are certain things you don't say to your partner. There are certain comparisons you don't make. But I'm also feeling this weird, twisted sense of exhilaration. Like I finally said something that actually penetrated his thick barrier of obliviousness and got through to him. He's been so checked out lately, so passive, so content to just coast through our relationship on autopilot. And now I finally have his full, complete, undivided attention. His head lifts slowly, very slowly. His eyes meet mine, and there's something in them I've genuinely never seen before. Not anger exactly, something colder, something more controlled and deliberate, something that makes my stomach clench. He asks so quietly that I almost can't hear him over the sound of my own heartbeat. My boss? And this is it. This is the moment where a smart person would laugh nervously and say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, I'm drunk, I'm being ridiculous, forget I said anything." This is the moment where a person with any sense of self-preservation would backpedal so fast they'd leave skid marks. But I'm not smart, or maybe I'm just too proud. Maybe I've had too much wine. Maybe part of me genuinely wants to hurt him the way his indifference and complacency have been slowly hurting me for months. Maybe I want him to feel small and inadequate the way I've been feeling invisible and unimportant. So instead of apologizing, instead of softening, I double down again. I go all in. I commit fully to the terrible choice I'm making. I say, and my voice is cold and factual, like I'm explaining basic math. Well, yeah, obviously. He's confident, he's polished, he's successful. He carries himself like a man who actually knows what he wants and how to get it. He has presence. He has charisma. You could honestly learn a thing or two from him. Maybe then I'd actually want you to touch me. The silence that follows is absolutely deafening. It's the kind of silence where you can hear your own blood pumping through your veins, where you can hear the refrigerator humming in the corner, where you can hear the neighbor's dog barking 3 houses down. He's staring at me like I just told him I burned down his childhood home and everyone he ever loved perished in the flames. Like I just confessed to something so fundamentally unforgivable that there's no coming back from it. His face has gone completely white. His hands, which were gripping the edge of the counter, are trembling slightly. But I'm too far in now. I've already jumped off the cliff and I'm in free fall. I can't back down. I can't show weakness. So I actually laugh. I genuinely laugh, this brittle, slightly hysterical sound. And I say, "Oh my God, relax. Why are you being so incredibly sensitive? It's a joke. It's just a joke. Learn to take a joke." But he's not laughing. He's not even yelling, which would actually be better. Yelling I could handle. Yelling would be normal. Yelling would mean he still cares enough to fight. But he's not yelling. He just keeps staring at me with this expression I cannot read. This blank, empty, calculating expression that makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. And then, without saying a single word, without making a sound, he turns and walks toward the bedroom. His movements are calm, deliberate, too controlled. I assume he's going to sulk. That's what he usually does when we have a fight. That's his pattern. He goes to the bedroom, lies down on the bed, fully clothed, stares at the ceiling for an hour or two while he processes whatever emotions he's feeling, and then comes back out, acting like nothing happened. It's actually one of his most annoying traits, this inability to actually engage with conflict in a healthy way. I'd honestly rather he just yell at me and get it over with. At least yelling is honest. At least yelling is a real emotional response. So I pour myself another glass of wine. My third. Maybe my fourth. I've lost count at this point, and honestly, who cares? It's my house. It's my kitchen. I can have as many glasses of wine as I want. I lean against the counter, taking long sips, still feeling this electric mixture of anger and vindication, and something else I can't quite name. Guilt, maybe, or fear. But I push that down. I'm not going to feel bad for finally being honest about how I feel. I'm not going to apologize for expressing my legitimate frustrations about our stagnant, passionless relationship. 10 minutes pass, maybe 15. I'm starting to calm down a little. The wine is softening the edges of my anger. I'm thinking maybe I'll go apologize after all. Not because I think I was wrong, but because I don't want to deal with days of silent treatment. That's always worse than just eating crow and moving on. Then I hear footsteps, slow, measured footsteps coming back down the hallway. He comes back into the kitchen, and immediately I know something is wrong. Something is different. He's not wearing the defeated, wounded expression I expected. He's not slumped and sad. He's standing perfectly straight. His face is completely calm. Too calm. The kind of calm that makes your survival instinct start screaming warnings. And he's holding things. Multiple things, actually. My purse. The expensive leather one I got for my birthday. My coat. The nice wool one I wear when we go to nice restaurants. My shoes. The heels I reserve for special occasions. He sets them down on the counter in front of me, very carefully, very deliberately, arranging them in a neat line. His movements are precise, controlled, like he's thought about this, like he's made a decision. His face is completely, terrifyingly calm. I try to laugh, but it comes out wrong. Nervous, uncertain. What are you doing? He doesn't look at me. He keeps his eyes on the items he's arranged. Get dressed. What? Why? He finally looks up. His eyes are empty. Completely empty. Like someone turned off the light behind them. Like I'm looking at a stranger wearing my husband's face. You said richer men kiss better. You said my boss does. So let's go find out. My stomach drops. Actually drops like I'm on a roller coaster that just went over the first big hill. What are you talking about? I was joking. You know I was joking. Put your shoes on. I'm not going anywhere. This is ridiculous. You're being crazy. He picks up my coat and holds it out to me. His hand is perfectly steady. His voice is perfectly level. Put your shoes on. There's something in his voice that genuinely scares me. Not anger, not even hurt. Just this cold, dead, absolute certainty. Like he's made a choice, and nothing I say or do is going to change it. I'm starting to panic now. Real panic, not just nervousness. My heart is hammering against my ribs. My hands are starting to shake. I was joking. I swear to God I was joking. I didn't mean it. You know I didn't mean it. He doesn't respond. He just stands there, holding my coat, waiting, staring at me with those empty eyes. I try a different approach, softer, pleading. Baby, please. Let's just talk about this. I said something stupid because I was drunk and frustrated. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Can we please just talk? Nothing. No reaction. He might as well be a statue. I love you. You know I love you. I would never actually do anything. It was just words. Just stupid, thoughtless words because I was angry. Still nothing. And I realize, with slowly dawning horror that spreads through my chest like ice water, that he's serious. He's actually genuinely serious. This isn't a bluff. This isn't a scare tactic. He's actually going to make me do whatever he's planning to make me do. My voice comes out small, scared. What are you going to do? We're going to visit my boss. You're going to tell him what you told me, and then we'll see if richer men really do kiss better. No, absolutely not. You can't make me do that. Put your shoes on. I said no. He sets the coat down on the counter. His voice doesn't rise, doesn't change at all. Put your shoes on, or I will put them on for you. Either way, we're leaving this house in the next 2 minutes. Your choice is how. I look into his eyes, searching for any sign of the man I married, any hint of warmth or love or humanity. But there's nothing there, just cold determination. My hands are shaking so badly I can barely manage the straps on my heels. But I put them on, because the alternative is worse. Because something in his voice tells me he absolutely will follow through on his threat. Because I'm genuinely afraid of what will happen if I refuse. I put on my coat, my fingers fumble with the buttons. He walks to the front door and opens it. The night air rushes in, cold and sharp. He stands there, one hand on the doorknob, waiting for me to walk through. I'm still hoping this is some kind of elaborate lesson, some kind of bluff meant to teach me not to say hurtful things. But when I don't move fast enough, he says one word. Now. I walk out of my own house on trembling legs, and I hear the door close behind us with a finality that sounds like a nail going into a coffin. I say, "Maybe I wouldn't be so bored if you kissed like a real man." Instant silence. He just stares at me. And I know I should stop. I know I should backtrack. But the whine and the frustration and the weeks of this same stupid argument all mix together. And instead of stopping, I keep going. I say, "Richer men kiss better, like your boss." The second it's out of my mouth, I know it's bad, but I'm also kind of exhilarated. Like I finally said something that actually got through to him. He's been so checked out lately, so passive, and now I finally have his full attention. His head lifts. Slowly. His eyes are different. There's something in them I've never seen before. He asks, so quietly I almost can't hear him, "My boss?" And here's the thing. Here's where I made my mistake. Instead of laughing it off, instead of saying, "Oh my God, I'm joking, I'm just frustrated," I double down. Because I'm proud. Because I don't like backing down. Because part of me wants to hurt him the way his indifference has been hurting me. So I say, "Well, yeah, he's confident, he's polished, he's successful. He carries himself like a man who knows what he wants. You could learn a thing or two from him." The silence that follows is deafening. He's staring at me like I just told him I burned down his childhood home, like I just confessed to something unforgivable. But I'm too far in now. I can't back down. So I laugh. I actually laugh and say, "Oh my God, relax. It's a joke. Why are you being so sensitive?" But he's not laughing. He's not even yelling. He just keeps staring at me with this look I can't read. And then, without saying a word, he turns and walks toward the bedroom. I assume he's going to sulk. That's what he usually does when we fight. He goes to the bedroom, lies down, stares at the ceiling for an hour, and then comes back out acting like nothing happened. It's annoying, honestly. I'd rather he just yell and get it over with. So I pour myself another glass of wine. I lean against the counter. I'm still annoyed, but also kind of relieved the fight is over. 10 minutes pass. Then I hear footsteps. He comes back into the kitchen, and he's holding something. Multiple things, actually. My purse, my coat, my shoes. He sets them down on the counter in front of me, very carefully, very deliberately. His face is completely calm. Too calm. The kind of calm that makes your stomach drop. I say, "What are you doing?" He doesn't look at me. He just says, in this flat, emotionless voice, "Get dressed." I laugh nervously. "What? Why?" He finally looks up. His eyes are empty. "You said richer men kiss better. You said my boss does. So let's go find out." My stomach twists. "What are you talking about?" "Put your shoes on." "I'm not going anywhere." He picks up my coat and holds it out to me. "Put your shoes on." There's something in his voice that scares me. Not anger, not even hurt, just this cold, dead certainty. I'm starting to panic now. "I was joking. I didn't mean it. You know I didn't mean it." He doesn't respond. He just stands there, holding my coat, waiting. And I realize, with slowly dawning horror, that he's serious. He doesn't drag me. He doesn't yell. He just keeps holding out my coat until I take it. He doesn't threaten me, but somehow I feel like I don't have a choice. Like if I don't go with him right now, something worse will happen. So I put on my coat. I put on my shoes. My hands are shaking. He walks to the front door and opens it. He stands there, waiting for me to walk through. I'm still hoping this is some kind of bluff, some kind of lesson. But when I don't move, he says, "Now." I walk out. We get into the car. I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and I'm starting to really panic now. My heart is racing. I keep trying to talk to him. "Please, stop. I didn't mean it. It was the wine talking. It was a stupid joke." He starts the car. I was just frustrated. I would never actually. He pulls out of the driveway. "Where are we going? Please, just talk to me. Please." Nothing. He doesn't say a single word. His jaw is set. His hands are tight on the steering wheel. He's staring straight ahead like I'm not even there. We drive for maybe 15 minutes. I recognize the direction. He's heading toward the nice part of town, the part with the big houses and the gated communities, the part where his boss lives. Oh God, no. No, 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 no. You can't be serious. You're not seriously. He turns into the gated community. It's late, but the gates are open for residents. He drives through like he belongs here. "Stop. Stop the car. Stop the car right now." He doesn't stop. He takes 3 turns, and then he slows down in front of a huge modern house. All glass and clean lines and expensive landscaping. The porch light is on. There's a car in the driveway. Someone's home. He puts the car in park. I'm hyperventilating now. "No, please. Please don't do this. I'm begging you. I'm begging you." He turns to look at me for the first time since we got in the car. His voice is quiet, almost gentle. "You want a rich man? A better kisser? You want my boss? Go, prove it." I'm sobbing now, full, ugly, desperate sobbing. I'm clawing at his arm. "I didn't mean it. I swear I didn't mean it. I love you. I only love you. Please, please, please don't make me do this." But he's already getting out of the car. He walks around to my side and opens the door. I don't move. I can't move. I'm frozen. He says, "Get out." "No. Get out or I will carry you." Something in his voice tells me he means it, so I get out. My legs are shaking so badly I can barely stand. He takes my arm, not roughly but firmly. He walks me up the front path toward the door. I'm whispering, begging, pleading. "Don't, please, I'll do anything. I'll never say anything like that again. I'll be better. I'll be perfect. Just don't do this." He reaches the door. He rings the doorbell. The sound echoes through the quiet night like a gunshot. I hear footsteps inside. I'm going to throw up. I'm actually going to throw up right here on this man's porch. The door opens. His boss is standing there in pajama pants and a t-shirt, looking confused and slightly annoyed. He recognizes my husband immediately, and his expression shifts to concern. "Hey, is everything—" My husband cuts him off. He's smiling. Actually smiling, like this is a friendly visit. "Sorry to bother you so late. My wife has something she needs to tell you." His boss looks at me. I'm shaking. I'm crying. I can't breathe. "What's going on?" he asks carefully. My husband squeezes my arm. "Go ahead. Tell him what you told me." I can't speak. My throat has closed completely. I'm making these horrible choking sounds. His boss is looking more alarmed now. "Look, I don't know what this is, but—" My husband speaks for me. His voice is so calm, so pleasant, it's terrifying. "She said you kiss better than I do. She said richer men kiss better. She specifically mentioned you. I thought you should know." The silence that follows is the worst moment of my entire life. His boss's face goes from confused to disgusted in seconds. He looks at me like I'm something he stepped in. "Are you serious right now? Are you people insane?" I try to say something, anything, but I can't form words. His boss shakes his head. "I don't know what kind of game this is, but I want no part of it. Get off my property, both of you." He starts to close the door, but my husband stops him. "Just so we're clear, you're not interested?" His boss looks incredulous. "Not interested? I'm calling HR on Monday." This is harassment. This is beyond inappropriate. Get help. Both of you. He slams the door. I hear locks clicking. I'm still standing there, frozen, humiliated beyond anything I could have imagined. I can see lights turning on in neighboring houses. People are peeking through curtains. They saw everything. They heard everything. My husband releases my arm. I immediately turn toward the car, desperate to leave, desperate to get out of here before anyone else sees me. But when I reach for the car door, it's locked. I look at him. He's standing by the driver's side, keys in hand. What are you doing? Open the car. He shakes his head slowly. You're not coming home with me. The words don't make sense at first. I stare at him. What? He opens the driver's side door. He gets in. I run around to his side of the car, pounding on the window. What are you doing? You can't just leave me here. He rolls the window down a few inches. You wanted someone richer. You wanted someone better. This neighborhood is full of options. Go knock on some doors. No, you can't do this. This is crazy. This is... He tosses my purse out through the window. It lands on the curb. I hope the next man kisses better. He'll need to because he's also getting my wife. Stop, please. He starts the engine. I'm sorry, please don't leave me here, please. He shifts into drive. I'm screaming now, full volume screaming, not caring who hears. I didn't mean it. It was a joke. Please. He looks at me one last time through the window. There's no anger in his eyes, no satisfaction, just emptiness. You meant it, he says quietly. That's the problem. And then he drives away. I'm left standing in the middle of this expensive neighborhood, in front of his boss's house, at midnight, sobbing hysterically with my purse at my feet and mascara running down my face. The neighborhood is silent except for my crying. Every house around me is a testament to wealth and success, and here I am, the picture of complete failure and humiliation. I see more curtains moving, more lights turning on. Someone's probably going to call the authorities on me. I'm probably going to be reported as a disturbed person, maybe even trespassed from the neighborhood. This will go on some kind of record somewhere. Another layer of humiliation. I grab my purse and start walking. I have no idea where I'm going. I just know I can't stay here, can't stand on this perfect sidewalk in front of this perfect house where I just experienced the most humiliating moment of my entire life. My heels click on the pavement. Each step is agony. These shoes weren't meant for walking distances. They were meant for looking pretty at restaurants and parties, not for being abandoned in the middle of nowhere. I walk for what feels like forever. My feet are bleeding. I can feel it. The straps of my heels are cutting into my skin. But I keep walking because what else can I do? Call someone and say, what? Hi, can you pick me up from the neighborhood where my husband just publicly humiliated me in front of his boss? I end up walking for almost an hour before I finally break down and call my sister. My hands are shaking so badly I can barely dial. She picks me up, furious, asking what the heck happened. I can barely explain through the crying. She doesn't say much during the drive back to her place, just keeps glancing at me with this mixture of pity and disappointment that makes me want to throw myself out of the moving car. That was 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks that feel like 3 years. 3 weeks that have completely dismantled the life I thought I had. He hasn't come back, not once. He sent his brother to pack up his clothes and personal items while I was at work. I came home to find half the closet empty, his side of the bathroom counter cleared. Like he was never here. He won't answer my calls. I've tried 60, maybe 70 times. His phone goes straight to voicemail now. He blocked my number. I tried calling from my sister's phone and he picked up, heard my voice, and hung up immediately. Then he blocked her too. I've sent him long emails full of apologies and explanations and pleas. They all go unanswered. His lawyer contacted me about separation papers exactly 1 week after that night. Professional. Cold. Like our marriage is just a business transaction being dissolved. Everyone knows what happened. His boss told people at work. By Monday morning, everyone in his office knew. By Monday afternoon, my office knew because word spreads. The neighbors definitely talked. I've seen the security camera footage. Someone posted it to the neighborhood Facebook group. You can't see much, but you can see us at the door, me sobbing, him leaving me there. The comments were brutal. Absolutely brutal. What kind of woman shows up at someone's house like that? Over 200 comments, all tearing me apart. It spread through our social circle like a virus. People we've known for years, people I thought were my friends, they all know now, and they've all chosen sides. His side. Of course they chose his side. Our couple friends don't text me anymore. Girls' night invitations have stopped. When I see people at the grocery store, they suddenly have somewhere else to be. I've become a social pariah. People look at me differently now. This mixture of disgust and fascination and judgment, like I'm some kind of terrible cautionary tale. Like I'm disgusting. Like I'm some kind of predator who harassed her husband's boss, even though that's not what happened. That's not what I intended. My own mother called to tell me she was disappointed in me, to tell me she raised me better than this, like I need her judgment on top of everyone else's. And the worst part? The absolute worst part? I still don't think I deserved this. What he did was disproportionate. It was cruel. It was designed specifically to humiliate me in the most devastating, soul-crushing way possible. Yes, I said something stupid. I'll admit that. Yes, I made a comment I absolutely shouldn't have made. But it was a joke. It was wine-talking. It was frustration bubbling over after weeks of feeling invisible and unappreciated. I wasn't actually going to pursue his boss. I wasn't planning to cheat. I said something cruel in the heat of an argument because I wanted to hurt him the way his indifference was hurting me. That's it. Words, just words. People say hurtful things all the time in relationships. That's part of being human. You say things you shouldn't. You push buttons. You lash out when you're feeling attacked or defensive or just tired. That's normal. But apparently, saying one mean thing is now grounds for complete destruction of your entire life. Apparently, there's no grace anymore. No forgiveness. I just wanted him to try harder. I wanted him to care more about our relationship. I wanted him to put down his phone and actually look at me. I wanted him to plan a date night or surprise me with flowers. I wanted him to fight for me the way men do in movies, with passion and intensity. Instead, he fought against me, with cold calculation and methodical planning. That's not love. Men are so incredibly fragile. Their egos are made of the thinnest glass. You can't say anything without them shattering and punishing you forever. He could have just talked to me. We could have had an adult conversation. We could have gone to counseling. We could have taken a break. There were so many other ways to handle this, but instead, he chose nuclear war. He chose to blow up my entire life as payment for one stupid comment, and now I'm the one living in my sister's cramped guest room. I'm the one sleeping on a twin bed that's too small. I'm the one trying to put my life back together piece by piece, while he gets to play the victim. He gets to stay in our house that we bought together. He gets to sleep in our bed. He gets to pretend I never existed while I'm the one displaced, starting over from nothing. He gets to tell everyone his version of the story, how his terrible wife said something unforgivable. And everyone believes him. Everyone feels sorry for him. Nobody asks what I was going through. Nobody asks why I felt so disconnected that I said something so hurtful in the first place. Nobody cares about my side. Nobody wants to hear about the weeks of being ignored, of feeling invisible, of watching him choose his phone over me every single night. Nobody cares that I was drowning in our boring, predictable routine and desperately trying to make him notice me. Nobody cares that I was lonely in my own marriage. Nobody cares that I was hurting too, long before that night. I'm the villain in this story, and he's the hero. That's the narrative. I'm the cautionary tale mothers will tell their daughters. But deep down, In the parts of myself I don't like to look at, in those quiet moments at 3 in the morning when I can't sleep, I know the truth. I compared him to his boss. I told him, to his face, that another man was better than him. I didn't just criticize him, I specifically invoked another man, his boss, the man he has to face every day at work, the man who has power over his career. I said it specifically to hurt him, not by accident, but deliberately, because I wanted to make him feel small and inadequate, because I was feeling small and inadequate, and I wanted someone else to feel that way too. If I had to hurt, then he had to hurt. I shattered his pride. I attacked his masculinity, his adequacy as a partner, his worth as a husband. I did it with alcohol as my excuse but cruelty as my weapon. And he shattered my entire world in return, deliberately, methodically, with surgical precision. He gave me exactly what I said I wanted, in the most humiliating way possible, and then he walked away. There's no coming back from this. I know that now. There's no apology big enough. There's no way to rewind time. You can't unhumiliate someone. You can't take back being abandoned on a stranger's doorstep at midnight. I destroyed us with my words. He destroyed me with his actions. We're both guilty. We're both victims. We're both villains. And neither kiss, real or imagined, will ever fix what we broke. But I still don't think I deserved to be left standing on that curb, sobbing, mascara running down my face, purse at my feet, while he drove away and left me there like garbage. I still think what he did was worse than what I said. I still think his reaction was disproportionate and cruel. Don't I? Or am I still lying to myself, still making excuses, still refusing to take full responsibility for the cascade of destruction I initiated with one thoughtless, cruel comment? I don't know anymore. I genuinely don't know. All I know is that my marriage is over, my social life is destroyed, my reputation is ruined, and I'm sleeping in my sister's guest room, wondering how everything fell apart so completely. All because I said rich men kiss better. All because I mentioned his boss. All because I wanted to hurt him and succeeded far more than I imagined possible.